Good morning. Goodness. The natives are restless this morning. Hey, all kinds of stuff going on at the Divine Fellowship. We have our new March calendar. Today is the first day of March. And we have gorgeous weather. Get out and do something. Get in the yard, dink around, dig in the dirt. There's nothing that's more therapeutic than to get dirty. Get dirt under the fingernails. It's great stuff. We have Qigong every Sunday, and today's Healing Sunday, so you never know what to expect on Healing Sundays. Interchange with Sandra and William on Wednesday. Talk to them whenever they are. Dream Quest mediumship on Thursday, and Daylight Savings Time does start next week. So, if you wake up in the morning at 9 o'clock and go, oh, I got an hour to get to church, oops. You either come in your PJs or you see us on YouTube. So. No PJs? Okay. Well, this one was interesting. In the Middle Ages, bell ringing was considered an art. Bell ringers practiced for many hours and their noise often irritated the public. Some unknown craftsmen solved the problem by inventing a rope mechanism for beginning bell ringers. They went through all the same motions but pulled dumbbells, different size weights rather than the real bells. The silent invention gave the apprentice bell ringer plenty of exercise. So, when the early health fads started up, people called their exercise weights dumbbells. Yeah. Interesting, huh? Dun, 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 dun. See, now Jan knows where that name came from. So, called me that name. Nope. If you want to know what a man is really like, take notice how he acts when he loses money. Sleep, riches, and health, to be truly enjoyed, must be interrupted. Sleep, riches, and health, to be truly enjoyed, must be interrupted. Okay. One must be a god to be able to tell success from failures without making a mistake. The term devil's advocate comes from the Roman Catholic Church. Those crafty Catholics. Boy, I'll tell you. When deciding if someone should be sainted, the Church appoints a devil's advocate to give an alternative view. What was that? Oh. I'm a recovering. I said that to one of my clients the other day. I'm a recovering Catholic. I thought they were going to fall out of their chair laughing. That's just a term I've always used. So we do have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin. And John said, life is what happens while you're making other plans. Dang it. So, and George, boxing is a more sophisticated form of hockey. So there. The hardness of the butter is proportional to the softness of the bread. To steal ideas from one person is plagiarism. To steal from many is research. The problem with the gene pool is there's no lifeguard. I have a degree in liberal arts. Do you want fries with that? I know. A hangover is the wrath of grapes. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a cash advance. Okay. Edgar Casey's group, they're going to do something here at the church on March 15th. Sign up is like between 12:30 and 1. It's by donation, so there's no charge, but by donation. They're going to be doing a video with John Van Auken and also with Barbara Lane, past lives information and why reincarnation occurs. Interesting stuff. And then on May 2nd at the Shiloh, because they needed a bigger location, we weren't big enough, John Van Auken is going to be live. So, and he's going to, of course, talk about explore ancient mysticism, methods of enlightenment, and your star traveler self. So, could be interesting stuff. So, if you're interested, yes, sir. The May 2nd. Yes, sir. March 15th here, which is exactly 14 days from today. Be here, be square. And May 2nd, which would be like 2 weeks past that. So, no, I'm sorry, no, a month past that. So, okay. Changing a light bulb. How many church people does it take to change a light bulb? Charismatic, only 1. Hands are already in the air. Pentecostal, 10. 1 to change the bulb and 9 to pray against the spirit of darkness. Presbyterians, none. Lights go on and off at predestined times. Roman Catholic, none. Candles only. Baptists, at least 15. 1 to change the light bulb, 3 committees to approve and change and decide who brings the potato salad and the fried chicken. Episcopalians, 3. 1 to call the electrician, 1 to mix the drinks, and 1 to talk about how much better the old one was. Mormons, 5. 1 man to change the bulb and 4 wives to tell him how to do it. Unitarians. We choose not to make a statement either in favor or against of the need for a light bulb. However, if you own your journey, you have found that the light bulb works for you. You are invited to write a poem or compose a modern dance about your light bulb on the next Sunday service, in which we will explore a number of light bulb traditions, including incandescent, fluorescent, 3-way, long life, and tinted, all of which are equally valid paths to luminescence. Methodists, undetermined. Whether your light is bright, dull, or completely out, you are loved. You can be a light bulb, a turnip bulb, or a tulip bulb. Bring a bulb of your choice to the Sunday light service and a covered dish to pass. Nazarene, 6. 1 woman to replace the bulb with 5 men to review church lighting policy. Lutherans, none. Lutherans don't believe in change. Amish, what's a light bulb? And the Divine Fellowship.
All of them.
Yeah? Takes everybody. All right. Hmm? Okay.
Okay. While you're getting that stuff ready.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone. A few announcements. We had some tickets for the Guys and Dolls in Spokane, you know, the Broadway show. That's going to be on April 26th. It's a Sunday at 1 p.m. So I'm selling raffle tickets like we did for the other show that was back last year. $2 a ticket, okay? And it sounds like it's going to be a pretty nice show. So let me know if you're interested. I'm going to be sitting up in the doorway as you come in on Sunday mornings to sell the tickets so that you have a space to write your name and phone number on them. So you don't have to be present to win. A couple other things here. Silent auction items. We are taking in the donations now for silent auction. So if you have items, baskets, anything you'd like to put together, books, jewelry, anything that you can think of that kind of goes along with what we're all about here at the Divine Fellowship, please bring them in and see me, and I'll take care of them for you. We are needing lots and lots of donations. Last year we made over $2,000 with the silent auction and the raffle, so we would like to top that this year and try to go over it. Another real quick, it's a housekeeping thing for us. The crew that comes and cleans our church, they vacuum in here, and that's it. And we've been finding a lot of things that have been left, like water bottles, some of your coffee, mugs, some old tissues, things like that. That just maybe police your area before you leave and make sure that you don't forget anything or that you pick up after yourself. We would really appreciate it. And then we also have these little. Spills happen. So if you have a spill which happens every once in a while. Just, they should be in your pews. If they're not, we'll make sure that they get refilled in the little card holders there. Mark it and let us know right away so that we can attack it before it becomes a stain, and we'd really, really appreciate it. One more thing. Oh, communion sign up. Let me put this down. I have, oh, I'm not doing it very quickly. I have one spot here next weekend that I need filled. If anybody feels inclined to help us out. And then also, if you feel inclined and this March is full, April needs to be filled. So I'm going to go ahead and start this around again. Really, really appreciate any help that you can give us. Thank you.
Hi. We have flyers, small flyers for the expo coming up, April 11th and 12th. I'm going to just kind of, everybody just take one at least and give it to somebody or post it or do something with it, because you're the best advertisement that we have. We tried it over the years, and trust me, you're the best. So we're going to really increasingly dependent on you for social media, certainly, and anything you can think of. Can we get bigger ones, or is this what we're going to be using? Okay. Okay.
Only thing we can do is rock and roll. Oh, I'm leaving that down. I'm leaving that down for a reason. I am. Sam, I am. I had a vision the other day. Actually, it was a repeat of a vision I'd had before, and I want to share that with you. So years ago, I had this vision. And I was walking along this little pathway. And it was kind of narrow, and the little low-growing plants like ferns and stuff, and just growing everywhere. And I'm just walking along, and this person shows up, and it's Jesus. And I thought, well, boy, howdy, that's kind of different. And I said, well, how you doing? I'm doing just fine. And he said, so can I walk with you? And I said, you want to walk with me? And he says, yeah, I'm going to walk your path with you. And I said, well, I'm a little confused. Aren't I supposed to be walking your path? And he said, well, let's talk about paths a little bit. He said, see how you just got your little path here? Look behind you. So I looked behind me. Oh my gosh, it was like an apocalyptic mess. There was a chingered up tricycle and deep holes, like digging out of the hole, deep holes, like somebody had this big bomb had gone. There was buildings that were gutted and burned up and all kinds of stuff. And I said, that's where I came from? And he said, yeah. I said, oh, look at all the mistakes I made. He said, no, those aren't mistakes. That's just part of your journey. So let's go back and look. So I said, speaking of holes, he said, look at the holes. And I said, yeah, what is that? And he said, that's the deepest, darkest part. That's regret. And he said, look at those. He said, what's interesting about you, Janice, is that the deepest, darkest holes of regret are things that you willfully hurt other people. And you didn't do it to be mean. You just did it because you were not in a good place, or you were hurting yourself. And you said the wrong thing, or you weren't as integrous as you could have been. And those are those big pits of regret. And when you're in those big pits of regret, it was really hard for you to get yourself out of that, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I said, well, that's part of why I kind of want to walk with you, because I can help you with that. I said, well, what about this big burned out building? He said, oh, that was an idea you had of how you thought you were going to build your life. I said, that didn't work out too well for me. And I said, well, what about this chained up tricycle and stuff? And he said, well, that's when you kind of were so hard on yourself that you damaged your own inner child. And I thought, wow, that's kind of something. Well, see how this path comes along, and there's this nice space where there's no destruction or anything for a while, and then that path goes on that way. He said, well, that's a friend that came into your life, and while you were walking together, your pathways were conjoined there for a while, things were really good, and then they went another direction. And he said, I know that hurt you when they went another direction, but look where they came from. They can't walk your path. Only you can walk your path. And when your path intersects with somebody else's life, it can be wonderful. And if your lives parallel and you can share your path with someone, then that's really wonderful too. But sometimes we have to let people walk their own path and let them go. And it hurts and it's hard. But sometimes that's the best for them. It's the best for them to let them keep going, to find their path, to walk their destiny. So I said, well, I'm surprised there's not lots of little paths here where I got off the path. He says, you can't get off the path. It's your path. And the choices you make are your choices on your path. And they're not like deviating from the path. It's the path. And your path leads right through some things that maybe are hard, maybe are difficult, but it's your path. So it kind of brought me present day. Nothing but this tiny little path ahead of me. And I said, so you want to walk with me? I'm still confused by this. And I said, you know, I understood that I'm supposed to be walking your path. And he said, yeah, people get that sometimes. And he said, and I start hearing this song in the background. Couldn't quite recognize it yet. He said, people kind of get it, kind of messed up. But really, I want to walk with you. I said, well, why would you want to walk with me? He said, because I believe in you. And I thought, aren't I supposed to believe in you? And he said, well, you can, but I want to walk with you because I want your life to be better. I want to be there. I want to help pull you out of those regrets. I want to help rebuild when you've built up these structures, these energetic structures that don't work for you anymore. I want to help you out. And again, I'm hearing this song in the background. And then I recognized what the song was. And I want us to sing it. Phil, you got it queued up, dear? Because what I heard was this one.
Because all of your hope is gone, and your life is filled with
So I don't mind telling you, that was pretty funny. And I said, Jesus, we got a problem. Because he said, now I want you to let people know that I'm going to give them a nudge. Because I believe in them, and I want to walk with them. And I said, well, Jesus, we got a problem with this. I said, I'm okay with that, but we got some people who are Wiccan and Native American, following a Native American path, or they're Jewish. And he said, I'm not asking people to change. I'm not asking people to make them or turn them into Christians. I want to walk with them. So I'm sending out the call, let you know that you might feel a nudge, little nudge. And that little nudge is going to be the man saying, I want to walk with you. It's your choice. You don't have to. And nobody's expecting you to change anything. Just know that he'll be there. And he wants to help you. He wants to be a part of your life and make your journey a little easier. So he was saying, so he said, well, what about you, Janice? Can I walk with you? I don't know what your response would have been for that. My response was, well, hell yeah. Instantly, the pathway was wide enough for two. And we could walk together. And then he said, now look back. And I looked back, and there were footprints right next to my path, and there were footprints. He was there anyway. Just now I got to acknowledge it. I got to see it for real, for what it was really like. And now we're connected. And now I have this constant communication that I didn't have before. And he says, you might want to talk to him a little bit about prayer. And I said, okay, what do you want them to know? He said, just talk to me. Tell me how your day has been. Let me know. Let me help you if I can. Just walk with me. That's all I want. Because I'll be there. So then I found a couple of Bible verses that I thought would just express this completely. Psalms 73:23. Nevertheless, kind of came out all one word. I'm continually with thee. Thou hast taken hold of my right hand. And the New Testament, Matthew 28:20. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I'm with you. He's there. Just reach on out. He'll be there for you. So that was my vision, and I'm sending out that encouragement. Some of you are already getting little tinglies because you already have a relationship with the guy. This is just a little more intimate, a little more real, a little more real, so that you can walk that path with comfort, with help, because he believes in you. You have purpose. It's my firm belief that one person can change the world. One person has changed the world more than once. And if nothing else, you can change your world. And the man believes in you. He wants to help you. He wants to walk with you. So you might want to think about that. But that's really not what I wanted to talk about today. But it was, unless of course it was. What I want to do is I want to take us on a guided meditation to the grid. But I was encouraged for us to take another journey to the grid. Now the grid is this place that's really, really far away and right here all at the same time. It's an energetic construct of connectedness. It's like a visual of how we are all connected, how the universe is all connected, and how our thoughts and intents are connected. So what this looks like is there are threads of light that are vertical, and there are threads of light that are horizontal. And when they intersect, if we put a thought or an intent on that, the thought or intent just scatters out, and we get feedback back. It's like you can make a request. This is kind of with the prayer thing. Prayer is not this, oh God, please, I have to have this. No, no, no. That's not prayer. That's whining. And that's, God is not this distant thing you have to cajole or wheedle or beg to get what you want. Prayer is this communication, this open communication where you know what your heart desires, which is maybe different than what you want, and will lead you into your life's purpose, which is about you changing your own world and making a difference in the world. And that's when things just click. Right, Dad? And when we're not in alignment, things are backed up and walls come up and things are difficult. But when you have this communication, it's a two-way street. You can communicate. You can say, here's where I'd like, we build those constructs. That burnout building, this is what I think my life should look like. But if we're in communication with Spirit, communication with God, communication with Jesus, you can say, here's what I think it should look like. And then we get an answer back of, you might want to try that. You might want to try this over here. You might want to go that way. You might want to take that step. And then it's less struggle. Then it's less, I got to have my way. It's more like, what is the way? What's the pathway? Where's the next step? And it's calmer, safer, more secure. And this grid is an energetic construct of what prayer might look like for you. Of where we make a request or put out there what our heart desires and we let it go. That's the hardest part. Sometimes we get so hung up in the pleading and the begging and it's got to be a certain way that our expectations don't line up with reality. So if we can be in alignment, then things just flow, 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 flow. So this is an opportunity to do that. Now I'm going to take us to 3 different levels. First level is going to be the red thread. And this is anything on the physical level. Your health, your work, action to take, anything in the physical form. Then we're going to go to the blue level, which is about relationships. Anything, any connection, any requests or desires or concerns that you have in that. We're going to lay that on that blue thread. Then we're going to go up to an iridescent thread or a golden thread. Either way, I'm being told that some are going to go to the gold and some are going to go to the iridescent. I don't have any control over that. Can you imagine me, a Virgo? I have no control. It's just scary. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, we're going to go to that iridescent or golden thread. And this is a spiritual request. Some of you will fall asleep here because your spiritual request is between your spirit and spirit, and your conscious mind is not ready for it yet. So if you fall asleep, just let it be what it is, and know that the communication has been made, the connection has been made. Don't worry about it. When you're ready, it will surface for you. But your soul, your spirit has already communicated, and the answer will come back. This is all about making that connection. All right. So it's kind of a fur piece to go. Like I said, it's right here, but we're going to journey to get there. So I'm going to take you out into some constellations, take you through the process, and then I'm going to bring you back. And it kind of takes a little bit of extra time to do that. So let's all take a deep breath in.